to come from the ISU Four Continents Figure Skating Championships. The pairs competition. The Hartzels, Chris and Christy, and the Chinese team. Zhao, first in the order of skate, Valerie Surratt and Jean-Sébastien Fecteau of Canada. Then the U.S. champions, Hartzell and Hartzell. You'll also see Ying Pang and Jiang Tong from China, and the Canadian champions, Christy Sargent and Chris Wirtz. And to describe the action, here's Deb and Barb.
Here we go with the first team in the short program for pairs. 2 minutes and 40 seconds allowed for 8 required elements. A lasso lift, twist lift, throw jump, solo spin, fair spin, backward outside death spiral, and the spiral step sequence. Here are the Chinese champions, Shueia Shen and Hongbo Zhao.
And they are the heavy favorites here at this event. Opening with the side-by-side triple toe loops, very, very strong. Their best moves are the flying moves, the double twist, the throw jump, throw triple loop, and the side-by-side jumps. Now they're preparing for their double twist. Look at the height. She hangs in the air. Extension, wonderful flexibility. This is their circular step sequence. This team will go from here to the Grand Prix final in Russia, and then on to the World Championships, where they're favored to win the silver medal. And I love that overhead lift. It comes out of nowhere.
Right from the first time we saw them, we knew they were incredible technical skaters, but this year the polish is beginning to shine. Incredible throws. This is far more difficult on a scale of difficulty. This is the throw triple loop, and look at her in the air. She's just perfect. You can actually see her smiling in the air when she's on. Side-by-side spin here. They must complete 5 revolutions on each foot. Final move, the back inside death spiral. Shueia Shen and Hongbo Zhao from China, the favorites.
Two marks are assigned.
Shueia Shen and Hongbo Zhao in their short program.
For presentation.
And they have to be very pleased with this performance. Every step of the way, they were right on target.
They have that galloping style too, Barb, that was just so outstanding coming into the twist.
Watch her split here, then delay right there. She hangs in the air, and he catches her and sets her down so gently.
And what makes that lift so hard is that she is almost in a lateral position, a horizontal position in the air, so catching is very difficult for the man.
Beautiful extension and flexibility. I remember when the Chinese first came onto the scene in the very early 80s. Look at this throw right here. Incredible. And they looked like they just did not fit in. They were so far away from everyone. It was you felt sorry for them. Now look at where they have come. It's taken them about 15 years, but they've got some top-notch competitors now.
And that's that's a result of
5-6.
experience in international competitions
presentation.
just like this one.
5-6, 5-6.
Presentation marks 5-6s across the board with 1 5.7 for Shannon Zhao of China.
Thank you. Our next competitors representing Canada, Valérie Sorette and Jean-Sébastien Fecteau.
Now what a story here. They were third at the Canadian Championships, Valérie Sorette and Jean-Sébastien Fecteau. Determination plus.
And at this event, they know that they have a chance at being in the top 3, which is could be their very best finish at an international event and a chance for some international recognition. This is their World Championships. Double twist to open with. And now setting up for the side-by-side triple toe loops. She looked a little bit tight on the landing. We'll have to see what we see in the replay. Their greatest progress this season has been in their mental training. They come out every time. They give it 100%, and they're so aggressive and confident this season.
Well matched too. We see a lot of pairs in the style of, for instance, like you and Paul, where you were very tiny and he was very tall. This is a very different look for pair teams.
It's more your style.
Exactly, although I was taller than my partner, they don't want to go there.
Now watch how they connect the next 2 elements together. They do their overhead lift. She stays on that edge, steps over, and straight into the throw triple Salchow, and that tells you that she has great confidence in that element.
The throw jump being an addition this year to the pair short program.
And I love it because I think it takes some of the emphasis off the side-by-side jump. That was the determining factor in so many competitions. It was all there.
Valérie Sorette and Jean-Sébastien Fecteau from Canada. Their marks when we return to the Metro Center in Halifax. By Valérie Sorette and Jean-Sébastien Fecteau will add to their value in the world of pair skating.
And I think part of the reason for their major improvement this season is that they're training in such a competitive environment right now. They train alongside Jamie Salé and David Pelletier, who unfortunately can't be here because of a back injury that David has, although they're hoping to be back in time for Worlds. Let's have a look at Valérie's jump here. Check to see, and yes, it is a 2-foot landing, so that will be between 0.1 and 0.2 deduction. This is also the very first opportunity for them to win some major money at an international event, which I'm sure will be very helpful with all the training costs that they incur.
This was the lift you spoke of. The lasso is what it's called in international terms. In Canada, we call it an overhead. She holds the landing and is lifted, assisted right into the throw triple Salchow.
Good.
The marks for Valérie Sorette and Jean-Sébastien Fecteau for required elements. 5-0, 5-4, 5-2, 5-2.
I think the 4-7 is a little on the low side there.
4-9. The marks for
Richard
presentation.
Gauthier, their coach.
5-2, 5-4, 5-3, 5-4, 5-2.
Valérie Sorette and
4-9,
Jean-Sébastien
5-2.
Fecteau.
Thank you.
And here we go with the new U.S. champions, Daniel and Steve Hartzell. This is their first time competing as the U.S. champions.
They went into their national championships just hoping to place in the top 3 in order to make the world team. Well, they came out on top, which was a huge surprise for them. They've just been flying ever since. So they will go on to compete at their very first World Championships in March.
First senior worlds, they were junior world champions back in '97.
Triple toe loop, she flips out of the landing there.
Steve played hockey before switching to figure skating.
Nice throw, triple Salchow. Brother and sister team to win the national championships. And Kitty and Peter Carruthers. Back in our days. Nice descent into the back inside death spiral.
Apart from the triple toe problem for Danielle, a good skate for the new U.S. champions, the brother and sister team of Daniel and Steve Hartzell. Program from 4 continents. Here are the Hartzells.
And you can see on this triple toe loop, she just doesn't check out hard enough. She flips off the edge there. I think at the U.S. Nationals, everyone expected the new team of Ina and Zimmerman to take the title, but they had a miserable championships and finished second, actually, by the skin of their teeth. And it was their mistakes that opened the door for this team to win the title.
And Daniel and Steve have worked so hard this year, doing many run-throughs back-to-back. They felt they needed the confidence, the composure to be able to put 2 good programs, one after the other.
Very nice triple Salchow there. And you can see the determination that they have just watching them in practice. You know that they are hard workers.
They never let up.
Oh, we're pretty fast.
It's interesting to watch the practices, actually, for fans at home. That's where you really see who can skate, who's got the goods.
And what the skater is all about.
Work ethic, how they follow instruction.
Hi, Matt. I miss you. Hi,
Hi,
Mom
Jen.
and Dad.
The marks for Danielle Hartzell and Steve Hartzell. Marks for required elements. 4-7, 5-1, 5-0,
She just said through clenched teeth.
They
Killed us.
5-0,
A couple of low 4-7s for the
The marks
mistake
for
on the triple
presentation.
toe. The presentation
5-1,
marks
5-3,
several points higher
5-2, 5-3, 5-0,
for
5-2,
Danielle
5-4.
and her brother Steve Hartzell
Thank
from
you.
the U.S. Next competitors representing China. The silver medalists from the Chinese National Championships, Xing Peng and John Tong.
This is their very first major international competition, and as you watch them, you will see that they have learned everything they know from their training mates, Zhen and Zhao, who we saw earlier. Triple toe, she flips out, very similar to Danielle's mistake there. Here's their double twist, same technique as Zhen and Zhao, great height.
And like Zhen and Zhao, the stroking is practically clawing the ice.
She touches down there on that throw triple sow cow. They remind me quite a bit of Zhen and Zhao. When they first came onto the scene, you can see the raw talent and potential. They're still a little bit rough around the edges. It just takes time and experience.
The Chinese team of Xing Peng and Zhan Tong. Their marks in a moment. Two students from Harbin in China, Xing Peng and Zhan Tong.
Here's a look at their triple toe loops. She looks fine in the air, just a little low, and touches down, flips off that edge there. But here's one of their best moves. Nice split there. And look at it, it's almost a lateral twist in the air.
Again, like Zhen and Zhao. A real lightness to their skating. And in the side-by-side spins, it seems like a minor element, but for pair skaters, the degree of entry, the shape of the curve as you go into the spin, all of those things, in order to get the precision, take hours of practice.
You could see there they struggled with the unison on that spin. This event here for them is all about experience, taking this learning experience and going home and doing something with it. And next year they'll have risen hopefully to a new level.
And skating with other skaters from other countries can be a real inspiration, too. Sometimes we tend, as athletes, to get a bit complacent. You think you may be one of the best in your country, but that doesn't necessarily mean you're one of the best in the world.
4-6, 4-5, 4-8, 4-7, 4-7, 4-1, 4-4.
Severe deductions for the missed side-by-side jump and the lack of unison in the spin.
5-0, 5-2, 5-1,
and even some fairly low marks for presentation for Tong and Tong of China.
Thank you. Our next competitors representing Canada, Christy Sargent and Chris Wirtz.
And here come the two-time Canadian champions, Christy Sargent and Chris Wirtz.
And I have never seen them so relaxed or so loose in a warm-up. They were looking up into the crowd. Let's hope they can get the focus here, because the very first element, the side-by-side triple toe loops.
A lot of the skaters, and Chris and Christy have been, two of them have been commenting about how strange it feels to be at a new event.
I'm not quite sure the skaters know quite how to handle it, because they don't want to peak here at this event. They want to save that for Worlds, yet they want to leave here on a positive note with momentum going into the World Championships.
Having made a good impression, particularly due to the fact that there are some European judges here.
Side-by-side spin's always very strong. And here Christiel. Oh, and she comes up too soon, and they miss the exit there. And that is simply a mental error. Not quite in focus there. She can pull this together, because she's got the throw triple Salchow right here. And this is not their day. And they'll have some work to do in the long program.
Wow, a tough skate, 3 major errors for our Canadian champions, Christy Sargent and Chris Wirtz. The body language when Chris and Christy don't skate well says it all, doesn't it, Barb?
It sure does. And this was the start of the problems right here. She gets very stiff knees in competition and going into that jump. I think a better strategy would be for them to open with a simpler move to get the knees going, to get into that triple toe loop. The unison was great here, but this is something that they never miss, and they're just off there, just off. They've had a rocky season. I think everybody expected that they would be going to the Grand Prix final, but they finished sixth with some disappointing performances earlier in the season. But they pulled it all together at Canadians, and they came out of there on a high, and I'm sure they were hoping to leave this event to just build on that high going into Worlds. But unfortunately, with this performance, that will not happen. They're going to have to rally, get really serious in the long. I think next year people will really know, the skaters will know better how to treat this event. You know, how to balance the season and how to build with every competition.
So many of the national championships have been bumped right up against 4 continents. A lot of skaters have been very worried about not peaking too soon, as you mentioned. Yet putting in a good enough performance.
4-9, 4-7,
4-2. Now I wonder when the last time they saw a mark like that.
4-2. The marks for presentation. 5-3.
That's a little more familiar.
5-4, 5-4, 5-4, 5-4.
But a dismal day.
Thank you.
For Christy Sargent and Chris Wirtz. Xu Shen and Hongbo Zhao from China are the leaders in the pair short program. Valerie Surratt and Jean-Sébastien Fecteau, way to go. They're in second. The brother-sister team of Daniel and Steve Hartzell, the new U.S. champions, are in third. Disappointment reigns for Christy Sargent and Chris Wirtz, who are fourth at this point, maybe even a bit of a gift.
Still to come from the Halifax Metro Center in the Four Continents Figure Skating Championship.